Welcome back to Craft Wilder DIY. Imagine deciding to build an entire house, every architectural and structural detail, but using nothing but popsicle sticks. That's exactly what one ambitious guy named Landon set out to do. A massive, borderline insane project that took him 2 full years of hard work, using over 10,000 wooden sticks. The journey started completely from scratch on the base plate, laying down the outer frame and the very first foundations of the building. Setting the outer edges and nailing down those precise angles was Landon's first challenge. Using hot glue and an engineering ruler for that tight, clean fit was the foundation that guaranteed the base stayed level and took the right shape for the house. Precision here isn't optional. Any mistake in the floor's dimensions would wreck the entire structure once the walls start going up. After locking in the outer frame, he moved over to the workbench to tackle the next grueling task. This stage was all about building the internal grid and evenly spacing out the floor framing, cutting the sticks and spacing them out equally to give the structure strength and load-bearing capacity before covering the floor completely. Now it's time to cover the whole floor in a style that mimics real parquet or hardwood flooring. He starts laying the sticks side by side with insane consistency, trimming off the excess and making sure every single piece locks into place using a ruler and extreme precision. That small effort right there is what gives the house its realistic high-end look in the end. This process took serious patience. Every section of flooring eats up hundreds of sticks, with constant gluing and hand pressing to make sure there are 0 gaps in the wood. Look at that consistency and precision in how he's laying the sticks. It's like watching a real contractor pour concrete or lay actual hardwood flooring for a real house. Once the floor was fully finished, sanded, and secured, it was time to move the blueprint from paper to reality. He starts sketching out where the interior walls and room divisions will go using a ruler and pencil, getting ready to start building the wooden studs and columns for the house. Next up is framing the exterior and interior walls. He's designing the wall frames using the same modern American construction style, vertical studs and horizontal beams to distribute the load and give the house its strength. Each wall gets assembled separately on the table first, then gets cut and glued together. Installing the first walls onto the main floor, and the house's layout and room divisions start to take shape. Look at that straightness and those right angles. He's paying close attention to the door and window openings while building the skeleton frame of the structure, making sure the final look comes together 100% consistent. This stage turned into basically a mini factory for assembling wooden studs, cutting sticks with angle-specific scissors, gluing beams together, and prepping every single piece with precision. He's not just building a model here, he's actually applying real architectural principles to divide up the spaces and hallways inside the house, assembling the rest of the walls and locking them into place. And check out how gorgeous the design looks as the rooms start coming together. He's even prepping the interior staircase details already, installing the steps one after another between the 2 floors to connect the levels in a way that's both visually smooth and functional. Building the interior stairs took insane precision to nail down the height of each step, and after that he moves on to installing interior details like railings, banisters, and built-in wall decorations. Every corner gets cut with a ruler and straight edge to guarantee the cleanest possible finish. The details are getting way more intricate now, installing interior accents and decorative windows and sealing up the hallways between rooms. The work keeps going with the same passion and precision, 0 compromises. We're moving straight into interior wall siding. He's attaching the short wood strips right onto the wall frames he prepped earlier. This part needs a really steady hand because every single strip gets cut with precise geometry to match the room angles and give that warm wooden wall look. The precision ramps up even more once we hit the window and door frame areas. He's measuring down to the millimeter and cutting the sticks super carefully to make sure the siding flows perfectly around the architectural openings with zero flaws or gaps. And with that, the siding on the rooms and hallways is fully done and the skeleton frame completely disappears under that elegant wood cladding. Now we move to more complex details, the staircase and the interior landing. He starts attaching the sides and wood lining under the stairs and the surrounding area to give it that finished structural look. Plus, he finishes off the small wood fireplace, covering the whole front with a tight arrangement of sticks. These little details are what really breathe life into the model. After finishing the walls and interior details, it's time for the most important structural step, installing the joists and laying the roof. He starts attaching the horizontal wooden beams joists across the entire floor frame, a structural move that acts as the main backbone that'll carry the upper floor and distribute the load perfectly. Installing the roof joists happens in perfectly parallel, straight lines, double-checking the spacing with a guide ruler. Once he's confident the structural frame is solid, he grabs the glue gun and wood strips to start laying and siding the upper floor and roof, placing the sticks one by one in a tight, consistent pattern. The covering process keeps moving at a fast, precise pace, and once the siding's done, he starts cleaning up and smoothing the final surface with a sanding block to remove any extra glue or unevenness in the wood, while keeping the stairwell openings and passages precisely clear to make sure the floors connect smoothly. The surface is finally ready and completely level. And true to form, he heads back to the drafting board and starts sketching in pencil on the new wooden surface to mark out the wall and room divisions for the next floor. That upfront planning is the secret behind the whole building staying straight and solid. With the new layout drawn out, he starts assembling and installing the new wall frames using that same precise American framing style, installing vertical studs and horizontal beams and securing them on top of the surface, and the building just keeps growing taller in a way that really shows off the effort and skill behind it. The challenge ramps up with the more complex pieces like the outer canopies and porch roofs. He installs the precise wooden supports and exterior columns to secure the porch and its roof, paying close attention to balancing the architectural volumes and bringing out the exterior details that give the house its modern, upscale character. building and installing the rest of the walls keeps going, with attention paid to the lighting openings and balconies. Every single piece of wood is a mix of patience and craftsmanship. Installing the top beams locks the opposite walls together so they can support the final roof that'll go on in the next stages. We're watching the structure grow and take its final architectural shape, perfect right angles, precisely divided rooms and hallways, and it's fully ready to move into the roof and exterior truss stage of this incredible engineering saga. We're witnessing the transition into an advanced, exciting construction phase. Landon starts building and prepping new wall frames on the workbench, precisely cutting and assembling wooden studs with a cutter and pencil to guarantee perfectly consistent dimensions before the final install. The focus shifts to reviewing and adjusting the existing structures. He professionally uses a sanding block to smooth and adjust the top and bottom edges of the walls. This hard work makes sure the wooden surfaces are completely level, getting them ready to be installed on top of the roof in perfect harmony and giving the structure the strength it needs. Now the interior walls start getting sided with short wood strips. He covers the surfaces in tight, even rows using the glue gun, carefully cutting the sticks around the window and door openings to cover the skeleton frame and give the interior spaces that warm, elegant touch. The precision of the work really shows in how he handles tight corners and hallways. He keeps laying the wood strips with extreme care, marking spots with a pencil and making sure every piece lines up perfectly straight. These structural details are what give the house its realistic, masterful architectural design. After finishing up the interior spaces, it's time for a crucial structural step: installing the final roof joists. He starts laying out the horizontal wooden beams in parallel, precise rows across the top floor of the building to form the base foundation that'll carry the roof and trusses. And now we're getting into the most jaw-dropping stage, shaping and installing the structural roof trusses. He starts crafting the wooden triangles on the drafting board and securing them on top of the building, forming the stunning sloped roofs that define this whole upscale American architectural concept. Truss installation keeps going across different sections of the house and the exterior canopies. He secures the angled beams in perfect harmony and balance, double-checking the angles, which really brings out the amazing pyramid-like gradient of the roofs over the rooms, entrances, and porches in a breathtaking architectural view. The final stage in this part focuses on finishing up the exterior wood siding and installing the frames around the window and door openings, inside and out. He makes sure to seal up any rough edges or excess material, while cleaning up the interior hallways to bring out the fine architectural details of the building. We're looking at a house that's got most of its architectural features and towering trusses done with exceptional skill. The overall look is honestly stunning, and it's fully ready to move into the final stages and the incredible exterior finishing touches. We're moving into a new and really fun step, starting the exterior wall siding. He starts laying the strips horizontally from bottom to top in even parallel lines, securing them precisely with clear glue to give the house's facade that warm, classic construction look. The siding process keeps going with top-tier craftsmanship around the window and door openings. He cuts and shapes the edges of the wood strips carefully so they fit perfectly around the wall frames, making sure the frame structures are fully covered and highlighting the contrast between the frames and the sided surfaces. The focus now shifts to the back facades and the angled corners of the building. He keeps laying strip after strip, keeping the spacing straight and pressing down each piece to lock everything together tight. These details give the back of the house incredible depth and realism. The focus then shifts to covering the large surfaces of the second floor roof and the main trusses. He starts laying the wide wooden sticks over the roof frame in tight rows, turning the open skeletal grid into solid, precisely designed surfaces that'll hold the final roofing details. The work keeps going non-stop, finishing off the sloped roof surfaces and the tricky angled sections. He makes sure the wood strips are aligned on the trusses and secures the outer edges precisely, sealing up the whole building and making sure there are zero structural flaws showing. Now we see the roofing going up on the multi-door garage and the extended canopies. He secures wood strips over the complex trusses and angled garage corners, tying the building's attachments into the main structure in a stunning architectural harmony that just grabs your attention. We're taking a stunning interior and exterior camera tour showing off this fully completed architectural masterpiece. We see the interior rooms, hallways, and the garage roofing fully sided inside and out, an incredible look that reflects hundreds of hours of patience, precision, and pure craftsmanship. The shots get in closer on the entrance and front porch details. Landon shows off the precise alignment of the main wooden column in front of the entrance, while highlighting how the frames are completely sealed off with those neatly arranged wood strips in a masterful architectural style. As the tour keeps going through the main hall, the camera highlights the carefully designed fireplace area in the middle of the main wall, plus the big back window openings that give the house natural light and a real sense of luxury and spaciousness. Honestly, watching something like this come together stick by stick for 2 straight years is just wild. If you got even a fraction of that satisfaction watching it that Landon got building it, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel more than you'd think. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, because we've got a lot more insane patience-testing builds like this one on the way. Drop a comment and tell me which part blew your mind the most. Was it the staircase, the trusses, that little fireplace? I read every single one, so don't be shy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.